This one would clean up pretty good, huh? Ouch.
Looks like it will.
There ain't any rust through on that thing. It's locked up, ain't it?
Yep.
But how bad is it locked up is the question.
Right.
Well, this right here is not good, guys. The valve stem, it's just plumb rusted in half. Well, look at that down in there. I guess at this point, the best thing we can think to do, unfortunately, is to go ahead and pull this engine out of here and just hope for the best. We're gonna have to figure out a way to get these springs pressed up to get the keepers out. Then we should be able to just pull the valves up out of the top. My goodness, that one's definitely gonna be stuck. That one might be stuck. Stuck. Golly, that one's definitely stuck. So after patiently working with these valves just up and down, we've finally been able to at least get them all to move. So we're hoping that the engine should turn over at this point because none of this stuff is stuck. Golly. I just knew it'd turn over. Well, I think we are moving, I think. Moving, right? Yeah, because that one's coming up. Yeah, look at all the rust. Oh yeah.
See the valve working now.
I wonder if there's any that's not going back down, staying stuck up. We finally got an engine that's actually able to turn over by hand with all the valves opening and closing the way they should. Now obviously we still have our 2 valves here that we're going to have to replace. Will this engine be able to run with just replacing 2 valves? I mean, that's a question that's still completely in the air. So we went ahead and placed an order on some parts on this old thing, and this is what $250 worth of valves looks like on this old 1948 International. So we decided to just go with the 2 valves, the 1 valve guide here for a couple reasons. Obviously, the price of these things were pretty expensive, and as bad shape as these old valves are in, I think our best chance of them actually sealing off is just to leave the old valves in place on this block. I mean, we'd have been close to $1,000 on just valves, then taking this block to a machine shop, and still not knowing anything about the lower end of this motor. So at this point, we just want to go ahead and remove our old valve guide here, try to press our new one in place, and then move on to there to installing the new valves. So our valve guide actually broke off right down here, and it runs through the block there. You can see on this one here, all these other ones, it sticks through the block about an 1.25 inches or so. So now we've got to try to drive that one out. It broke because the valve was stuck, obviously, and hopefully we can just heat it up around that and try to drive it out. They make a tool. We ordered a tool, but it didn't make it, so we're gonna see if this works. Careful that these rags don't catch on fire down here. Should I heat the bottom side too?
I would think that it should penetrate down that far. It's up to you, you can.
Yeah, I'll try. Anything. That side might cool off though, so we'll just try it real quick. Whew, I think it may have moved. I think it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Should have got that PV blaster.
Yeah, I see it coming.
Ooh. Ah, my socket.
Out.
Yeah.
I would grab it, but I bet that's hot.
Maybe just a flat blade. Don't want to mess up the wall of it. Still coming?
Still coming.
Okay.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's up in there a pretty good ways, ain't it?
Yeah, at least an inch, inch and a quarter.
Yeah. Cool. Clean that up and spray it down. Now we got to be real careful on installing the new one though, because you don't want to mess up the inside of it where the valve goes through. It's going, huh? Well,
I think it is. Yeah, it's going. Okay, you got a less than 1/8 of an inch being there, so.
I don't want to go too far.
Right, a little more. Maybe a little. Right there, maybe.
I think. Can you see from the bottom side to see where the, you know how it was like rough?
Yeah.
Is it about flush there?
Now we're beyond that by about a quarter of an inch.
Okay, I think that's good though.
It's a lot longer than these other ones.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, it is from that one for sure. This one's closer, but that one there is.
I wonder if we went too far. But I mean, it's about the same distance as this one is. This one's a little below flush.
Yeah, like I said, it's almost identical to the one right here beside it. So.
Okay. So I don't think it'd make much difference because it's just something to guide the valve.
Right.
Cool. So we were actually able to make us our own valve guide tool by taking one of the old valves we're replacing and welding it to our old valve guide, which allowed us to install this new valve guide. Now at this point we just need to go ahead and install our new valves, which we're going to try our best to lap them so that they'll seal off. But at this point, as bad as this block was in, I'm not sure how well that's going to work. Probably call it good on that one.
Alrighty.
Grab that other one and do it the same way. I don't know how well that one's going to slide down in that old valve guide. When we hit something, is it the lifter?
Yeah, it's the lifter.
Oh, well, we're going to have to turn the engine then.
Okay. It's not doing nothing. There it goes. Got it.
It's down?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that paper towel was kind of holding against it.
That should be it. These may sell off better than I thought they would. Hopefully. See what that one looks like. Probably just keep working at both of them.
Right.
A little bit. Like I said, you want to be sure that they...
That one looks better though.
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot better. I think they'll seal off pretty good. The other ones may be the problem.
Yeah.
So now that we've got these 2 valves installed on the engine, we need to go ahead and drop this pan down and clean out all the sludge that's been sitting in the bottom of this engine for over 30 years now. It's definitely a good thing that we did, since while we were digging around in there, we actually found 3 keepers that hold these valve springs onto the valve stem. So at this point, we're trying to salvage as much stuff as we can on this old engine and just replacing what we absolutely have to. So we'll get the pan put back on it, some fresh oil, get the starter installed, and hopefully we'll see this thing turn over, all the valves open and close the way they should, in the first time in over 30 years. Tried, didn't it?
Yep.
We just ain't getting a good connection here. Let me crank the truck just to make sure we got enough juice. I think it's in between teeth now. Can you turn it just a hair? Too far, I guess.
Too far. Got the timing off. There we go. Just ain't getting enough juice fed through it.
Yeah, not enough current. Let's figure that out. Maybe some shorter cables and it'll turn over better. Try that.
Oh, yeah, there she goes.
A lot better, huh?
Yeah.
That valve's staying stuck up.
And we're up in the up position, so.
Right now?
Yep. Well, maybe we got a lifter that's stuck.
Really?
Yep.
I'll bump it again.
Yeah, it's not moving.
Lifter stuck?
Lifter stuck.
Huh.
Oh. Maybe I can just kind of tap it right there, you think?
Turn it. Huh.
Yeah, maybe a wrench. I can kind of get a little movement on it.
Yeah, if you knew which position it was supposed to be in, because you don't want to tap it and it
Right.
be open. You spray it just a little bit?
Yeah.
May have picked up a little bit of trash or one of those pieces of rag we had down in there. Valve's still sticking though. Still.
Stuck again.
Lifter stuck again?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm just watching the rest of them.
Like everything else working, there's still a piece of a towel in there though.
Is it?
Yep. I don't know that could be it. If I see the needle nose
Oh
here.
yeah.
It could be issue, but I don't know how I messed that earlier.
Yeah. Man.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that
You
thing's
feel
stiff.
it? Yeah. Tell it's like.
Wow. Yeah, that thing should spin real easy. Huh. Let that thing spring down on you. Better?
Yeah, that's better.
It's like at the very
Yeah, there's one little spot on it.
Yeah. When it's all the way up, it hangs on something, and then once you get it past that point, it goes quick. I thought I was going to at first.
Still sticking just a little bit, but
I'm gonna go ahead and just pour a little oil in this just to keep them lubed and cleaning. Well, it's good to know the starter is good though.
maybe it just feels kind of, which that part shouldn't matter because that's above it, but just wondering if I could kind of work a little bit down below it there. Wish I could. I wonder if I
Yeah,
put a little pressure on it, just kind of
keep it pressed down. Don't want it to bend either, though.
It's in that position.
I guess you wouldn't be putting too much pressure on it, huh?
No.
You want to try that? I don't think it will bend it. Well, I mean, it's going to be stuck up anyways, or it'll go down. So. Seems like maybe that's...
It's working at it, yeah.
Making a mess, but I'd rather know we got it good and oiled up.
Right.
Especially since it ain't seen oil up there in years. What do you think about me putting a little motor oil down in that?
That's what I was going to ask you if you might want to.
I'll open it up. Wish we had our little squirter. Think this thing will smoke? We're giving it every reason it should. I guess we just put a spring inside there on the top side of it before we put the head on.
A balloon or something. Something just to give it a little, because it doesn't take much to push it down. It's just if you let it come on up that extra little bit.
Keep going, or?
I think we're going to have to in order to get it to.
Finally.
It works good like that. I finally got it. Just took a little bit of working itself out.
Yeah. It does sound a little noisy though, don't it, turning over? Mainly, it sounds like it, to me, it's coming from back here. I hope it ain't got a bad rod bearing or main bearing back here. Check, see where we're at now. No, we're good. Well, she's turning over and everything's opening and closing finally. I guess we probably want to make sure a couple more times, but we're at the point of throwing the head back on it.
Right, yeah.
Clean this block up, clean the head up. And I guess a person could, since we're able to turn it over, I guess a person could even check the compression before we throw it back in there, huh?
Yeah.
I guess you could crank it up out here if you wanted to. We've still got bolts we've got to drill out for our manifold. But I think we could get the head on it, and
it'd be a lot better if you could crank it out here, and that way if there was an issue, you didn't have to pull it again.
Yeah. Let's grab that head and start cleaning up on it, I guess. Mine went down good.
Yep, mine's lined up.
Got him. I'll go get that torque wrench.
Okay.
This one. That's got it. Yep. Let me pull these plugs back out. Try to turn it over again. See if we at least feel any kind of
Compression.
Yeah. And vinegar actually cleaned them up decent though.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to the way they were when we started. Still definitely going to want to replace them. Moment of truth, huh?
Well, that's 60.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be on the high side or the low side with us not having any kind of
restriction.
Yeah, manifolds on the side of it. But at least it's reading something.
Right.
So we've had some that were all put together, it was reading 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to shut up, don't I? 30?
32.
I can't remember if it was that one that the valves look so rough on or that one right there. So we replaced 2 valves on these ones, I know that, so I'm curious of what they'll read. Ugh, nothing, huh? So we've got nothing.
Nothing.
That ain't good.
And I would have thought that was one of them we didn't have much. Well, that was one I said that was a little weak, but I would have thought that one of these other ones would have been more of an issue than it.
50?
50. Now we get to the two that...
Was that the stuck piston?
That's a stuck piston.
Was it?
Yep.
Hope it's not the rings.
Yep, I didn't think about that. That was a stuck one.
Yeah, the ones we
70, yep.
replaced the valves on been the best so far. I'm afraid that one may have the rings still stuck on the piston
Yeah.
because it looked like the valves were sealing off pretty good.
Yeah, that was one of them that I thought I could see something coming out of the ports over here. Both of those are about the same.
Yeah, that's good. Let me put some oil in that one real quick just to see if it gives us any reading at all. Should read something. And we may have to just keep doing it like this. Putting some oil in or some transmission fluid,
Just
something that'll help break them
breakers.
rings. Get them to pop out. That is weird.
Try it again, I just want to see what it... So it's got compression, it's decent, but it's just...
Is it the exhaust valve? Which one's it coming out of? Exhaust
right
or
here.
intake? That's the intake, I believe. I think the two middle ones. I think that. Let me grab it. Could be wrong. That's gonna be an exhaust one, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that valve's just not sealing off all the way then.
May not be.
Don't ever really remember us having trouble with that one though.
No, that's what I was trying to think, if that was one of them that we even...
Let's pull
There was
that.
one of them down this way that we didn't have much to have to do with it.
This one here is what it would be. Watch that one as I
Okay.
turn it over here. All our compression's going out of that.
We did get a little bit more though.
Did we?
Yep.
Huh.
About 12, 15, something like that.
I don't think that valve is sealing off. I think it's pushing all of our compression out of the...
Out of the seat.
Because these other ones, they ain't really blowing out that much, right?
Right.
Well, I don't know.
It may just take running it and hoping that the rings
Yeah.
warm up and loosen up.
Yeah, we could have pulled that whole piston and rod out, but I kind of hate taking loose any of that bottom stuff unless we just have to.
Right.
Didn't look like it was that bad a shape once it started moving. So pretty much one dead cylinder though. So we tried our best to get a better reading out of our third cylinder here by putting a little transmission fluid down in them cylinders and turning it over. Unfortunately, the best we can get is 5 PSI out of it. So we've got 60 here, 60 on this one. Both of these cylinders we had to replace an exhaust valve on. 50 on that one. That's our dead cylinder there. 40 and 60. So more than likely the issue is going to be the rings are still stuck in on that piston. So kind of maybe a poor choice on our end of not going ahead and dropping that piston out, cleaning up around the rings and stuff. But a lot of the times once you get them moving, they'll just kind of break loose on their own. So I think at this point we've already put fresh oil in this engine. If we can get it to crank up, maybe they'll bust loose, and that'll just save us the time of having to pull the pan again, pull the piston, pull the rod, clean them up, put it back in, and all that mess. So to do that, we have a broke bolt here on our block that we actually broke pulling this stuff apart. This one back here had been broken already, so we're gonna have to try to drill those out, as well as on our exhaust manifold. All but one of these 4 bolts broke off on that. So in order for us to bolt all this stuff on there, which is going to allow the air and the fuel to get down into the cylinders there, we're going to have to try to heat these up. Maybe we can get these out with vice grips, but drill these out, get both the intake and the exhaust manifold installed, and just kind of go from there of what it's going to take next to actually hear this thing run, hopefully again in over 30 years. I think that'll work. Better than what we got anyway.
Better than nothing, yeah, I think it'll work. Get them too tight, the next person won't be able to get them off.
Yeah. I guess flip it back over here. Yeah, we're on board down there. Have to trim that off just a hair. It's hitting that tire. I'd like to get it as straight as we can.
Yep. Next time you have to use the side with the teeth on it.
Is there? Yeah, flywheel's clearing.
You see that board right there? I think I can get it under here and help hold this once we get it.
Guess we need to put that carburetor back on there. And these new plugs.
Yeah.
Were you able to get that thing to
Yeah,
work?
I finally got it to
Got it
break
cleaned
loose and
up?
that. Yep, got the water out of it.
You want to start putting it on? I'll put these new plugs in. I guess we want to go ahead and put plugs in there and see if we can get it sparking.
Yeah, I think so.
We ain't never pulled the cap off this distributor to make sure it even has a set of points down in there, but surely it does. down at the base there, I think.
I'm just making sure that's, did it go there or did it come around? And
No, I'm pretty sure it went right there.
just wanted to make sure I wasn't getting the carburetor on backwards.
Oh, that I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
So that linkage does seem
Because yeah, it seemed like it should be at the back, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was, after I started putting it on, I thought that can't be right, but I was lining that up, so.
Yeah, I would think the fuel come in. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Looks right.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't be trying to add problems we don't got. We got those. Those come easy enough as it is.
Thing is, it would have run
Yeah.
just the same, but
Yeah.
when we got later on to tie everything in, it would have faulted us for sure.
I'm gonna pop this cap off and see what we look like in the distributor here. Yeah, not terrible. We got a wire there that's bare. Wonder if we got anything here I could clean those with. We got that file or anything? Or?
Yep, I found it earlier. I moved it over here.
Clean this out and dumping junk down in it.
So you at least have everything you need, huh? Looks
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, they don't look, I mean, they were corroded, but they don't look terrible. I think just a good cleaning they should. I think that'll work. I'll go grab the battery and some tape for that wire. And we'll just try to flick them first to see what they even do. Sparking? I hear it.
Yep.
Sounds a little bit more like an engine with the intake and exhaust manifold on it, don't it?
Yep.
Sparking pretty good?
Yeah.
She may run. Pull that loose. I guess that cap doesn't look bad. Boy, these wires though, they ain't pretty rough shape.
Well, if they don't work, we'll find a old wire clothes hanger and it'll be about the same as those.
So there should be a notch. And then I guess just figuring out the firing order. There's that. Oops, see that one there. Which I guess these were numbered, weren't they?
Yeah.
3. What is it? Do you remember? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5,
yep,
6
yep.
is how they had it. I guess let's find. There's 1. Man, it's hard to believe we're this close to success or disappointment.
2.
2, 3.
I got 4 here.
You got 4. And the coil reconnected. Oh, yeah.
6.
Can we put some tape on that real quick?
Yeah. Here it is.
keep it from sparking across or something. Yeah, we need some wires. The new plugs might look a little better, but that wire there is pretty rough. But it's still at least
attached.
attached. Well, one good thing about wires though is you can pretty much make whatever work on this. We're at it, huh?
I don't know if that's 6 or 9. Yep, that's it.
We just need a little fuel. Is there, can you fill up the bowl or just?
I think if I took that plug out, I could.
Yeah, we'll just see what it does. I'll be ready to kill it. Don't let it drive up over you. Tried, didn't it?
Yep.
What do you think about us putting a little oil down in the cylinders? If it is compression, maybe that'll be enough.
That'll be enough to fire it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Be worth a try.
Because we're getting fire. We know
it's
getting gas down in there. Let's try that. There's that. Not much. I don't want to make it cause it to lock up. So close.
See, it ain't got to run much, just enough to show us that it runs.
Lose a wire.
Lost a wire there.
I hope we didn't lose fire. This thing ain't sparking like it was, which they may be open right now. Still on that, good, as far as you can tell.
Yeah, best I can tell.
I mean, it seemed like it tried a little more.
Right.
Try it again, or?
Might as well.
I'll go ahead and clean these plugs off, dry them off anyways. starter hung. It ran then though.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bunch of oil coming out too. Yeah, I got to remember to pull this back now, I guess.
That could have been bad.
Oh, the look on your face, it was bad. It ran. Burning rubber. Woo!
We're crossing over somehow because that knocked the fire out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Them wires. I bet it's, yeah, jumping across there.
Like I said, it knocked the fire out of me, and then
Try it one more time. Got you again.
got
huh?
me again. So we're shorting out somewhere.
And that could be a lot of the problem,
Yeah.
is just them old wires ain't working the way they should. Yeah. We just need to get that carburetor rebuilt.
Yeah, and
Or
get some
find
plug
another
wires.
one. Yeah. Scared me. We need that bowl full of gas though,
Yep.
because we're still just running off of that. Because we know it's squirting because we rebuilt it. So we can run a fuel line to it and gravity feed it or something.
That may be the easiest thing to do right now because the way that thing's designed right there,
Yeah, you can't
you can't hardly feed it back through there in that. And I tried feeding from up here, but it's just not doing well.
not taking it very well. Yeah, we need that carburetor full of gas. I don't understand why it's taking that much fuel.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why that thing's not just squirting in on its own. Oh gosh, yeah, it's hot too. We're losing oil out of our coil there.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's because we've got 12 volt, if it's was on the fire. That could very well be what our problem is we're just not getting the right fire we need, which wouldn't make sense because it's taking more fuel. You think it would take less fuel.
Right.
But I think we're going to have to change that out. And then
something's not.
That's broke on that.
Yeah. Which is, you can see right there where.
Let me pull this coil off, see what we got. So at this point, I'm really not sure of what we've got going on or what might be wrong here. We know we're getting fire, we're getting gas as long as we're dumping it down the carburetor, but this thing just does not want to run for us. We're going to go ahead and replace this old coil since it's leaking out oil in it. Now we rebuilt that carburetor, but apparently something is still not right with it. So while we're at it, we're just going to go ahead and put a new carburetor on it as well, try that out, and hopefully we didn't go ahead and jump the gun and miss something major that's going to cause this thing to not run. Circulating water, but I'm hoping just because the thermostat's not open. That's what we needed to hear. Yeah. It's just not warmed up
right.
Yet. Try it again?
Yep.
Yeah, we're not circulating anything. That's weird that coolant was coming out of the heater core.
That's what I was looking at. I thought, what in the world? Because it doesn't have anything pushing it.
No. I don't know how it's getting that, what it's causing that to push out. Give it 2 squirts. There you go. What the heck?
Swap spots.
Yeah, we can try. I'm just going to try to, if it is flooded. Definitely got fuel.
Right. Ready?
Mm-hmm. It's either flooded or we lost fire.
Right.
I have to take this distributor cap off and make sure we're still sparking down there. Nah, we ain't getting no spark at the points. Which, we put a 12-volt coil on there, but I don't think it would have. I would think the points would be compatible.
Right.
But I don't know. Try to clean them again, I guess. Let me disconnect this. They do look like they got a little warm. But we've been
We've been turning it over for
quite a bit.
Yep.
Let's see what that does. A lot better. That first one though, boy, it was real good. Definitely was flooded also. My bad. I was trying to
adjust the idle.
I'll try it again. It's not quite there, huh?
Uh-uh.
You think though you could choke it off some?
I know it every time. It just
It doesn't sound like it's changing anything.
Uh-uh.
Not again. What the heck? Every time it dies, it's all she wrote.
Right, it dies.
Thing's hot again though. I mean, that's hands-free. Yeah. I want to see that water go down to know our water pump's working.
There's a drain plug there, I can do that. to it. That'll help it warm up, plus let the water go down.
Yeah, she's idling.
Yeah.
Nothing leaking but a little smoke. And it's clearing up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I never thought about checking the thermostat while we had that head on it. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's going to take it open or not. The thermostat may be just not going to open. What do you think on this? It's moving, but I just don't know if it's because of the heat. It should suck it down.
Yeah, it should be. But like I say, it is.
Man, it's getting better and better. It's smoothing out more and more. I pull it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're doing that, and it's you got to get that right down there.
Well, I'll try again. Strange. Still a couple kinks, but it sure is coming around good.
Yeah.
So we've got this engine running and even idling on its own, but we really needed to get up to temperature and know that the water's actually pumping through the block. Right now it doesn't seem like that's the case, so we either got a bad water pump or maybe we've got a thermostat that's stuck. We're going to go ahead and pull this thermostat out, just run it without one. Going to go ahead and switch back to the 6-volt coil, clean these points up again just in case if the 12-volt coil is causing them to burn up, and just see what she does.
Wanted to rest.
That's crazy. I just knew it'd die. Yeah, something's not right though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just them points giving up.
Giving up every once in a while.
Yeah. Still not that warm. Which is it all the way open on the? Oh, there she goes.
Maybe just a little more to be open, but
I bet it won't crank back up. We're having fire issues.
yeah.
we're gonna have to replace some stuff on the ignition side.
Yeah.
Should be good to try. Which I have no throttle pedal, but just to see what it does.
Right.
Feels good. I gotta be ready to pull this wire with my foot though. If it.
Yeah.
There's
move.
forward, huh?
Yeah. That's forward.
Ugh. That's extremely sloppy on that. So I guess that's first and second.
Yeah.
I can't get it in the third or reverse.
Just remember, we ain't never going back.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Uh-oh.
You kicked the wire loose.
Did I?
Yep.
Oh, good. Well, my kill switch works.
Yeah.
I think if we hook see if the factory fuel pump works, so we ain't got a gas tank sitting up here. Move it to the back, get some fuel pumping up here, and tires still got air in it.
Yeah.
See what it does.
Go jump some stumps.
Yeah. Pretty easy crank up.
Yeah. I feel like I need a seatbelt.
Ain't low gear. Second gear.
We're ginning now.
I'm just assuming that handbrake works.
It moves.
It works a little bit. Third gear. Ooh, one of them tires feels rough.
Yeah. Hope this thing's galloping.
Oh, yeah. Better brakes than normal.
Yep.
You have to let me out.
All right.
Well guys, we finally made it to the shop with this old rig and was actually able to drive it under its own power. She's running pretty good for an engine that was just completely locked up, valves rusted into, and even looking pretty decent up underneath the hood here. So we just kind of did a little quick makeover of painting the firewall, getting this engine back to the original color as well. On this body, it cleaned up pretty good. The other side had a lot more moss on it than this side did. You can start to see that we're losing a lot of this green respray on the outside here. But overall, I mean, the sheet metal on this truck is just immaculate. Now up here, we still got that filler. I think it probably had a little bit of some ripples up there in the roof. Maybe it had some cab lights at one time they were trying to get rid of. But it's not thick, it's just on the whole roof. Even the inside of this whole thing has cleaned up pretty good. We're still gonna have to put a little bit of the floor back together on it, but we've got our ignition switch where we can actually start it. And once you turn that key over and hit that pedal in the floor, she fires right up and purrs. Now, this is gonna be what we're gonna address next. This old wood back here, it's just rotten as can be. So Dad actually has several old 2x6 boards. I believe they're pine. But it's what we got, and I think it'll work great to go ahead and rebuild this. Don't really know if we're gonna go ahead and maybe repaint this metal here, but we talked about building some wooden sides on this truck as well, just to give it a little bit more shape and body back here at the back of the truck. You can tell we still got our old temporary boat tank rigged up there, and that's because our original tank right there has rust holes through the bottom of it. So that's gonna have to be replaced, repaired, something. So that did the work for now. And just to give you guys a shot of this passenger side, now that it's cleaned up, it had all that old moss and stuff growing on it. And it actually cleaned up pretty good. I believe these old running boards were silver at once, but I feel like they'd look pretty good black. You could even touch up the wheels some if you wanted to, with some black and silver paint on that as well. Now this old truck, she's pretty loud because our exhaust is about 2 inches long. So that may be something else we want to address. Go ahead and come off of our manifold there. See if we've got an old glass plaque or something around here we can put on that to quieten her down just a little bit. But at this point, we're just going to go ahead and tackle this bed, hopefully get that old wood busted out of it, some new wood in, and just see where we go from there next. Well guys, here she is. And if you ask me, she turned out pretty good. Now when we found this old truck, we knew that we had some good bones to work with, but we had no idea that we were going to have to dig this deep into it. After finding this engine had been sitting with water inside of it, causing valves to completely rust in half, we knew we had our work cut out for us. After finally getting this thing to turn over, replacing the valves that we had to, we were able to hear it run again for the first time in over 30 years. Now, being that this truck was so clean, we didn't want to stop just there. We decided to go ahead and clean this body up to make this truck resemble an old fuel truck. By replacing all the old wood in the floor, we were able to rebuild that to recreate something that looked like it was age appropriate. We went with some cool Sinclair logos and then finished it off with a sweet patina sauce. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for riding along on this journey. If any of you guys are interested in this truck, be sure to keep up with the comments where we'll add the eBay link at a later time. As always, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you on the next one.